it's good to be here tonight. As I was thinking this evening, I thought I've been serving God now for over 50 years. And I thought to myself, and every one of those years, I've been in church on New Year's Eve. You wouldn't find me nowhere else but where I should be. He is so good and so wonderful. I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. It's a good life. If you have not tried it or felt it or had an experience with God, you should start it now. Because I'm telling you, things are happening. In the realm of the spirit, you often heard me say, there is not an idle moment in the realm of the spirit. God is at work when you don't know it. He's doing things when you're not sure. He's making things work when you don't even see how they work. Because he's God. Beside him, there's none other. I am grateful tonight to be again in another year. You know what? I'd never really done anything when I was unsaved. I didn't go nowhere on New Year's Eve. I stayed at home. I really didn't have nothing going on in my life. But everything is happening now. I am so grateful that he loves you and cares about you, cares about me, where we are, where we need to go. Kid, it's so good to see you. I missed you. Yes, God is wonderful. We can't do nothing but praise him. When the Lord gave me this message last week, I thought to myself about some of the people here. I thought, wow, y'all got some catch-up time. Yes, you didn't keep it up in 2016. You got a lot of things you need to go back on and say, Lord, I got to put this out and bring this with me. Because that's what it's going to take. Otherwise, it ain't going to happen. I can tell you right now. It's going to happen because we determine in our hearts and mind, I'm going with Jesus no matter what it takes. No matter what it takes. If you have your Bibles, I want you to turn with me to 2 Kings. What is that? 4th chapter. The 16th verse says, and when the child was grown, it fell on a day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, my head, my head. And he said to a lad, carry him to his mother. And ain't that just like a daddy? Something's wrong with that boy. Take him to his mama. Listen. And it says, and when he had taken him and brought him to the mother, he sat on her knees until noon and then died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God and shut the door upon him and went out. And she called unto her husband and said, send me, I pray thee, one of the young men and one of the asses, and that I may run to the man of God and come again. And he said, wherefore wilt thou go to him today? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, it shall be well. Then she saddled an ass and said to her servant, drive and go forward, slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee. I want to preach you a little while tonight. You know what? This woman knew that she had to have a miracle. She understood that when she looked at that baby laying on that bed and not breathing, she knew, I need a miracle. I think too many of us look at our lives and we don't take a moment to say, I need a miracle. I'm just playing games and not doing the things I need to do. I need a miracle. So, as she looked at the situation, but she was confident that God was going to give it to her. Because she told her husband, everything's okay. I mean, the boy done died since you sent him home, but everything's fine. So now she calls a servant and she says, and this is the message, go forward and don't slack. Everything that I did back here, I can't change none of it. But I sure can make sure that I'm going forward and I'm not going to slack in the process. Yes. So when she continued to press forward, and this man was driving her, and she's letting him know, don't play around. I need you to move, and I need you to move fast. I think sometimes from God because we don't go get it with everything within us. We tell ourselves there sometimes, this woman don't know. I know one thing is that I got a dead baby laying on the prophet's bed. I'm not concerned about anything else. One thing I understand is that I must go forward. Go forward. You know what? You ain't got time to go back. Whatever you thought you didn't do in 16, you don't have time to go back. Because that clock is ticking minute by minute and telling you your time is short. What are you going to do? You know, we can tell God a whole bunch of things, but the bottom line is, are we going to do it? Now, see, I understand the scripture when he said, lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset you. Because the bottom line is, you can't go fast if you weight it down. You got to start checking yourself and see, am I weighted down with something? Why in 2016 I couldn't get up and just move? What is that? What happened? Maybe I was carrying something around I shouldn't carry. Maybe I was in self-denial. Well, I was in denial of my life and where I should be. Think about that. So I got to look at the situation now. God, what caused me to trip all last year? Where was I at? What was I thinking? When I got truth brought to me, how long did you toil with that, trying to show yourself that you're not really that? Trying to tell yourself that God understands. He understands one thing. I have given you power, and I just want you to go forward and don't slack. Go after what you want from God. People are too stiff. And they just won't move out and say, you know, I got to get this done. You don't have time. I was thinking today, how many people in this year backslid? They didn't run forward. They went backwards. But I thought, God, tonight, some of them are thinking, where was I at last New Year's Eve? What was I doing with my life last New Year's? Because I'm telling you, I am thankful that my record speaks for itself. Where was I last year? I was here. Where was I at the year before? Here. Where was I at several years ago? Here. Worshiping God and lifting up his name. Yes. So when I looked at this, I thought, I don't have to talk about nothing. I think we waste time trying to talk to folks while we're trying to go forward. Everybody ain't gonna relate to you. If you really want to go forward, everybody is not going to jump on and say, I want to go with you. You may run this race by yourself. But if that be the case, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going and pressing my way. I'm not getting ready to look back. I'm not getting ready to start thinking in yesterday. I'm talking about today. What's going on today? Yes. So, as I followed her on this journey, and Elijah saw her afar off. Who? That looks like that little Shunammite woman. That's what that looks like. He said to his servant, go see is all well with her. When the servant got there, she said, all's well. She didn't stop to give no whole explanation. I got a dead baby at home and all that. He didn't even go there. Just tell him it's all well. We can't walk in a place every day where we can say that it's all well. It may not look good. It may not feel good at the time, but everything is well. Because all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. So I got it going on. I know what I want. I know what I got to have. I know the change I need to make in my life, and I'm going after it. I'm not going to discuss it with my wife, my husband, my children, nobody. I got something I'm going after, and I'm going to have it. And I'm going to have it. He said, when she came to the man of God, she bypassed that servant like nothing. Like I said, I'm not stopping. I know you're the prophet's servant. That's well and good, but I need to see the prophet. Sometimes we always, on our journey, we'll run across somebody else. That ain't the one you're supposed to talk to. That ain't the one who you're supposed to show what you're doing. I got to get to the man of God. Sometime in the process of getting there, you find yourself along the road, look like, I don't know, and then somebody comes up and say something to you. You don't have time to talk. You don't have time to talk. When Jesus was calling people to him, he said, I want you to come and follow me. And one said, Lord, just let me go back home and tell my family. You don't have time. At this day in your life, you don't have time to return back home. Everything is behind you. But that which is good is in front of you. Don't go back to tell mama nothing. Then mama going to tell you, well, I don't agree with it. Mama going to tell you, that ain't the way I raised you. Mama going to say, you know what, something's wrong with that. Don't go back and talk to mama. I'm going forward. I got to go forward. I can't afford in any way to lose time. You know what? If it ever was a time, we need to redeem the time because the days are evil and the enemy is dropping people off left and right. You know why he's doing that? Because people vision is not here. It's not there. You got to shake off a bunch of garbage so that I can run this race and finish it. You ain't going to get a prize for starting it. You're going to get a prize that you won, that you went after, that you didn't let nothing stop you. I'm still going. In the years that I've been saved, I've faced many crises in my life. Many things. None of them for a moment was worth me taking my time to think about it. No, this is where I'm going. See, I think what's happening, we still not sure where we're going. We out here saying, I'm going to try to find this and find that. You got to get your eyes on the prize. This woman said, you know what? Servant, all is well. Kept on going. Then she gets to Elijah and the servant. He wanted to kind of pull her away, and Elijah said, hold up. Something is with her, and God has hid it from me. I need to hear from her. And he said to Gehazi, his servant, go on out there, take my staff, and lay it on that baby. She said, I ain't going like that. I mean, that's all well and good that he got your staff, but I want you. That's what you got to look at. I'm not going to take a sub. I don't care who it belongs to. I need to see God for me. I need to get there no matter what. You got to do it. You got to do it. So if you don't make up your mind now that, look, I'm going after something and I ain't stopping, next year catch you still slow down. Say, don't slack. Don't let up. Give it everything you got. If you gave God anything last year, perhaps you didn't give him enough. Otherwise, you would not be in the position you're in. See, I know without a doubt that from the time I said I want to be saved, from the time I said it, I meant I want to be saved. I'm not letting anything turn me away. I'm not going to be discouraged. I'm going to be encouraged. There's a lot of things that have come in my life to discourage me, but I chose not to be discouraged. That's where you got to look. And you get there, and he got his staff in his hand, and he said, go now and lay my staff upon the child. And the mother of the child said, as the Lord liveth, and as my soul liveth, I will not leave you. And he arose and followed her. See, that's the kind of stuff that moves God. I'm not leaving. Jacob said, I can't let go. I mean, I need this blessing. I'm facing my brother. I went away on bad terms with him. Things don't look too good for me. I don't have time to just sit back and say, well, you know what? I don't know is it going to make any difference? You got to tune out everything that is not like God. Because these things, they become huge in your life. And that's why I said I wasn't going to do that. I wanted to be here next year. I wanted to be there. Not until you shake that crap off. I got to get rid of some stuff so that I'm able to go down this road, and I don't care who's out. Hey, where you going? Hey, how you feel? What, man, where you going? You're going so fast. I ain't got time to explain to you the road I'm on and for what I'm going after. I don't have time to explain nothing to you. because I'm going to have this. I don't know what, you don't know what people going to say to you. You're going where? Husband said, you're going to the prophet. This ain't the time of the year that we go to the prophet. Shouldn't even answer him. You're better off not to even answer. Because sure as you say, I don't care whether it's that time of year or not. I'm going to the man of God. Because somebody tell you, you shouldn't do that. You know there's a time set that we all go here. So you should just not go right now. Your husband done reminded you, you shouldn't go. I'm going. But as sure as she took the time out to go back where the husband was and tell him, look, the baby's up there dead. He may not have had no faith. That's a possibility. And so I can't tell you what I'm doing. She knew something about her husband to say it's all well. You ain't going to talk about it. Because I already know what you're going to say. You already done told me it's the wrong time. It ain't never a wrong time to go after God. There's never a wrong time. It is important that you say, I'm going after it. I don't care if it's Sunday. I don't care if it's Monday. I don't care if it's mid-year. I'm going after it. I'm not being stopped. Oh, no, I can't stop. Is it difficult? Anything worth having is difficult. You're going to have to fight it. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to shove some things. You're going to have to lay aside some stuff. You're going to have to learn that it may cost you a detachment from somebody. Somebody who's always trying to pull you back. I refuse to have it. Because let me tell you, if you hook up with the wrong people, you're going to get stuck. They ain't going where you're going, and they may start out with you and say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. And about a few blocks down the road, they say, I'm tired. Are you kidding me? Do you understand this is about my life? I don't have time to talk about how tired I am. This must happen. I was getting up to get ready for church today, and the longer I got ready to go, the sicker I got. Barely could get in the car. And I said, but I got to do this. I got to do this. I cannot be concerned with whether you can get in there, crawl in there if need be. No matter what, I got to have this. I'm not going to spend my whole life, wishing some kind of way that I could have something. I wish I could go here. Wishing is not good enough. We was a kid, we had a wish book called J.C. Penney's and Sears and Roebuck. Those are wish books when you ain't got no money. There wasn't no money. So we just turn page after page and talk about, wow, look at that. Ooh, look how pretty that is. You wasn't going to get it. There's a lot of people today, they should have long received from God what he wanted to give to you, but you ain't got it yet. So we come in and we say, well, I'm surely going to get this. I'm going to do it. And the devil says, well, go ahead. You said 5 years ago you was going to do something. Not just last year. Years have passed. You got to keep a constant check of your inventory and see where you are. That no way am I going to miss out on this, because if I do, I don't have another chance. This is it. It's what I need from God. I must have it to endure the race. Otherwise, I can't do it. So you can think about it all you want to and think how great that would be. But baby, till you get up and start going forward and not looking back and saying to yourself, I don't care what's going on, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it. Yes. I thought one thing I looked at tonight when it seemed impossible to make it. But I would break my record. That means I missed the New Year's service. Could somebody else have preached it? Yeah. But I had to. You must go. You must go after it. Don't stop for nothing. Everything that God wants you to do, and he has put it on the table in front of you, this is what you got to do if you're going to get to the kingdom. I know without a doubt, if I don't accept everything on this table and don't become finicky and start pulling stuff out and saying, I don't want to do that, I don't want to have to do that, what do you have to do? You got to do exactly on the table. Exactly what's on it. You cannot make a change in the system. God set this thing in place years ago. He's not going to make adjustments for you. You're going to have to walk this line just like everybody else. I'm not going to stop. Listen. So, if you think for a minute, Joshua looked at the people of God. God made many promises to them. You know how many people in this church that the promises is all around you and you don't have one of them? You can't claim even one. God help us today. Now, Joshua said, the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there, and the land was subdued before them. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, how long are you slack to go to possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers have given you? He already gave it to you. You won't even go get it. You'll see these little commercials here and there talking about a free television and a free this. If you come down and what have you, you know what? You won't get that little tiny itty bitty TV if you don't go get it. I don't buy that stuff because you got a free prize. There's no such thing. You live long enough, there ain't no free prizes. Somewhere, somehow, when they tell you a delivery is free, no, it's not. They already included that in your price. So are you sitting there talking about, they got a such and such thing? Look, God done promised us everything that we could possibly own in this life, and they still sitting down talking about the promise and never possessing it. When am I going to possess this? This is mine. People are depressed, mixed up, confused, everything you can think of. They're all of that simply from the fact that it's laying right there, but they didn't go get it. You know, if you came to me and said, Sister Rose, I'm so hungry. Could you help me to get some food? And then set the food out there and say, baby, eat all you want. And here they come back in a few minutes. Sister Rose, I'm so hungry. Could you help me? Yeah, baby, I just fixed you a plate of food. And it's some extra there, too, if you want it. Oh, I'm hungry. I am so hungry. You're starting to sound like a fool. The table is set. The food is there. That's why the promises of God, every promise has already been made and sealed and is yours. And all you got to do is get up and go get it. Quit talking about what you're going to do. Quit talking about, well, maybe it'll work. Well, I don't know if that'll work for me. You either believe the word or you don't believe it. As simple as that. So, he said, why are you so slack? Why don't you get up and go get it? And you want to say that to people, hey, God said, I'll do it. He already told us he can't lie. He can't lie. So, she said to this servant, don't slow down. That's what she said. Don't slow down. Says. And don't sit back and become non-active. I gotta be doing something. See, characterized by slowness and sluggishness. Too sorry to get up and go get it. They're sitting there talking a bunch of talk. I'm going to have everything he said was mine. If Jesus said it's mine, then it's mine. I'm not waiting for later. Right now, I got to have this. So what are you going to do? I don't know how I'm going to get there. You better find a way when you determine and see what you want, go after it, and don't let nothing out there stop you from it. The devil says, yeah, they're going to go to church on New Year's Eve night, and they're going to talk about how they're changing, and some of them going to write a little letter to God. It ain't going to do no good. The Lord said, whose letter is that? Oh, I've seen that before. Because every time I write something down and expect them to do something with it. He said, oh, this is the person that no matter what you give them, they never do nothing with it. That's the condition of the church. So where I should be spiritual, where my life should be, hey, I'm not down here, baby. I believe with everything in my soul when he said, ask and it shall be given. I'm going to be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Keep going, keep pushing. I'm telling you, there are things built in this country anywhere that if it's a wall there, if it's a steel door, it can be broken into. You can't say, you ain't going to get nothing there. That's a three things steel door. You can't get through that. By the time you get through one, you're going to be so tired. Tune them people out. Tune the devil out who's telling you ain't going to make it for this reason or that reason. Don't slow down. As sure as you slow down, I guarantee you're not going to make it. Because the devil is on your track, moving behind you every step of the way, and you think if you slow down, that everything's going to be okay. You know about the lying prophet. You know about the prophet that God told him to go into the city. He said, now go in there this way. You better know what this way is. Now go there. Now don't eat no bread or drink no water in this place. God is specific on instructions. Nobody can sit around and say, well, I didn't understand. If you didn't understand the message, you didn't get one from God. Because the one that comes from God is simple. It's not mixed up. It's not confusing. I'm not over here trying to figure out how I'm going to get it done. It ain't none of that's going on. When God speaks to me, I don't say, I think that was God. No, I know his voice. A stranger I will not follow. You shouldn't be following strange voices. If it ain't the voice of God, don't follow it. Listen to this. It says, don't sit back and say, you know what, girl, I really was going to go, but I'm so tired. One thing I found out about this race, it has nothing to do with how tired you are. There's no time for it. You can say I'm tired, sure, and we do. But if that's my reason for not moving because I'm too tired, you ain't never going to get there. This thing meant for you to run it down for the rest of your life. What do you want from God? How bad do you want it? How bad you want it determines how hard you run. If you really want to do this, you got to be willing to do whatever you got to do to get there. See, I let nothing stop me. Nothing. From the time I got saved. Nothing I was told seemed complicated. Nothing I was told seemed hard. Because you know what? I had a goal in mind, and I had to reach it. I'm almost at the end of that road. But I better be sure that I got everything I went after. Nothing was left. That's why the Apostle Paul said at the end of the journey, he said, I fought a good fight. I kept the faith. I finished my course, and now is there laid up for me a crown of righteousness, not only for me, but to all of you who love his appearing. This is for everybody. Everybody's got to finish this race. You don't get over on this race by starting and sitting down. Girl, I'm just trying to take a breath. Let me tell you something. The devil said, I need people who take breaths. I need people that ain't going to push hard enough. I need them that's going to keep saying, no. I see you're distracted. Distract them. Demon spirits distracting your mind away from the journey. You cannot win with that type of mentality. See? When Israel was in a fight, and they always ask when the man running, if he's running this way, it means this. If he's running like that, it means he's got good news. He's running like that, it means it ain't good. But this servant said, the watchman told, saying, he came even unto them and cometh not again. And the driving is like the driving of Jehu. He said, the son of Nimshi, for he driveth furiously. It ought to be so that when the devil's at a distance, he look up and said, who is that? That's Sister Rose. You can tell by the way she drives. Furiously. You see how she's tested. There's all these things around and she's still pushing through. Nothing can stop you unless you let it. You got to give in to that stuff. You got to say, no, I'm not doing it. This cannot work. I got to get this done. I must get all of the Lord that I can get in my life. Everything you got for me, God, I want it. And anybody else that don't want it, I'll take theirs too. I can't stop. Can't stop. Says, who is that? You see that, brother? Oh, that's so-and-so. You see how slow he's running? He's been running like that all his life. He'll never get here. By the time is out, he'll never get here. You got a certain time to reach that goal. It's a lifetime. At the end of the road, if you haven't made it, you're not going to. See, so here it stands. I'm looking. People recognize who you are. Who is that? Oh, child, that boy never prays. I got aggravated this week. Real aggravated. I got up and the Lord said to me, Matt has no prayer life. None. I got real frustrated. You know, because I cannot count the times from this pulpit I have said, if you don't pray, you won't make it. How do you think? I don't care what you, here's the thing you better listen to. I don't care what you say you are going to do and not do. If you don't pray, you're going to do what you said you wasn't going to do. You don't have no control. The devil has it. Prayer keeps us with the victory. He said men ought to always pray. Always, not sometimes, always pray. And don't faint in the process. Come on. Now, when the Lord tells me that you have no prayer life, it's even worse than that. It's even worse than that. Think about it. So I look at these things and I'm thinking, I can't trust you. If you don't pray, God can't trust you. You got to talk to him every day. You don't talk at all. And heard it again and again and again and still didn't do it. What is that? You're not getting there. I'm talking heaven is not going to be yours. You can talk about it all you want to. You can shout all you want to. You can talk in some kind of tongue. If you don't do what this word said do, you're not getting there. We got to pray. I pray. I started out praying as a new convert, and I never stopped. And it's 50 plus years later, and I'm praying more than I ever prayed in my life. You don't lose ground. Don't slack up. See? Sometimes people start off and you ever seen somebody get in the car and that's what y'all do. You ain't never put it in drive yet. Still sitting there. What's wrong with this car? You ain't never put it in drive. And sitting there with the power to shift that gear and still ain't done it. Hey, honey, maybe you better call somebody. Something wrong with this car. No, something wrong with the driver. Something wrong with the driver. Where are you? For sure. You don't have 1 second to waste. 1 moment. Don't count on that. Death is so sure and so sudden. You cannot for a moment say, well, I'll do that tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to be here. I don't know if I'm going to be here. I'm going to make today count. I'm going to be sweet today. I'm going to be nice today. I'm going to pray today. I'm going to give myself to God today. And when tomorrow get here, I will repeat it. You got to always pray. You got to always pray. See? So you start losing ground. When the Lord first told Peter, now Satan desire you to sift you as wheat, but I prayed for you. He prayed for Peter. If the Son of God prayed a prayer for Peter, how you going to get somewhere? I prayed for you that your faith fail not. I prayed for that. And let me put it to you like this, Peter. But when you are converted, saying you going to slip, but I ain't going to let you lose it. I'm telling you, when you get converted, Peter, you go back and strengthen the brethren. Help them. Don't give up. See, I don't think it's clear to people yet what God's expecting from us. I got a lot of stuff waiting in the wings for you. This in the left wing, the right wing, in this wing. This is what's here, this is what's there, and this is what over here. Go get it. People move slow. I remember when I was in Germany, the Lord said, I've never said that again either. He said, tell them the first one that get to you and you lay your hands on them, they'll have what they want. I said that to the church real light. I said, Lord said, whoever gets to me first, don't folks come out that pew. I mean, from every direction. I was in the middle of folks. Folks was up under my feet, not on top. Daisy's down there holding me up, talking about, let the pastor get up. I'm falling down, and people pulling it like I'm going to get my part. You could say in this place tonight, God said, if you can get here in less than 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes, I got something for you. There'll be somebody saying, I'm not sure I can make it in that little time. I have a bad knee. Yes. There's something, I can barely get around my house. I don't know how that's going to work out. While you sitting there debating why you can't, what you should have done said, I got to get there, and if I fall on the floor trying to get there, I'm still going to get there. If it means crawling, if it means sliding on my belly like a snake, I'm going to be found trying to get there. I'm not going to be making a bunch of excuses why I can't do this, why I can't do that. Get off of it. There's so many things that you ought to be possessing right now that you're not possessing. That's why. You're still thinking about it. Well, I thought that's a good thing. I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and then I thought myself out of it. I told myself, yeah, it is a good thing, but never use but when you're getting ready to claim the promise. But this is the reason I can't. No, it's not happening. This is mine. I got to have it. I said to my kids tonight, I said, the devil, he's mad with me. I don't like him, and he don't like me. And so what? Who's got the power, though? See, I don't care what power he has. He does not have yours. He said, Jesus, I've given you power over all the power of the enemy, over everything. He didn't say one thing or two things. He said, I give you power over everything. Why are you still sitting there talking about, yeah, I know he said it, but honey, last time I tried that, it didn't work. You're not trusting. You're not believing. What you get from God and what you will possess in your lifetime is what you went after. And you fought and you done everything you had to do to lay hold on it. Don't sit back and say, I don't think it's going to work. But don't sit on the so-and-so because she's always talking about we don't have enough faith. Is that true? Sometimes people come at a thing real forceful. And if you don't watch them, that'll begin to decrease. Coming out, I'm getting ready to do what I got to do. I felt like I could tell the devil such and such a thing, and I know it'll happen the way God said it. And the devil stands up, walks up in your face, and you say, hey, just a minute. Said, when I was saying that I won't let nobody stop me, devil, I wasn't talking about you. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about, over here. The devil said, I'm a liar and you are one. You don't believe it. See, you can talk it all you want to. Faith is an action word. If I'm going to do something for God, I better have faith. But if you don't have faith, you ain't going to get it done. See, I can't waste no time because I don't know how much time I got. I can't afford to. And then the word tells me that the devil is intensifying. He's intensifying his thing against you to destroy you. So what do? I got to move in a place of faith where I believe God that it can be done. I believe God can fix this. I believe God can bring us out. Whoa. I'm amazed at what I see Not what's happening to you, but what's not happening. I'm amazed when you hear the gospel. It's supposed to give you faith. Faith comes by hearing the word of God. So am I applying what I'm hearing? Apparently not. And if you don't apply it, you ain't going to get it. It's not going to happen. I done seen them bring Sylvia up here, I think, 3 times. Last time she come up, I said, how many times have I seen this? Here you are again, wearing me out. She's going to tell you. And the minute God touched her again, she's back in my office, talking, laughing, walking all around everywhere. I thought, don't let him have it back. So you're not taking it back. Now God done dished me out 3 helpings. I need to walk with this. I need to run with it. You know what happens? We get so spiritually out of shape that we can't run. This race here, you better be prepared to run. Because the devil is closing in on you and looking for a way to defeat you. What are you going to do? You better be spiritually fit. Fit. So if I have to move quickly, I can. If I have to go down another street, I can. If I have to have what I'm going after, no matter what comes, I'm going after it. I looked at this in the Word today. I think I can pretty much tell you what it is. It said, they told the man he was supposed to go out, have the victory, but he said, I can't do it. There's a lion in the street. Did you see that lion when you came in? Yeah, honey, and when I looked at him, he looked like he could eat you alive. And you know what we do? We visualize being eaten alive. And God is saying, I don't care if there's a lion in the street. Daniel wasn't concerned about the lions in the den. That didn't stop him. After they made it a law that you could not pray to any other god except the kings of false gods. No. I'm going and pray. He prayed 3 times a day. How many times a day you pray? None. So he now recognized somebody done said, if I were you, I wouldn't go out right now. Why is that? It's a lion down the street. And he's not going to tell you can beat him, though. He's not going to tell you that you can handle that. No. Think about it. So you sit back and say, there's a lion in the street. So did you get what you was going after? Well, not really, because there was a lion in the street. You were just supposed to go on with a lion in the street and just keep saying it over and over again. Every time they say there's a lion in the street, he gets bigger and bigger. He's got more teeth than ever. And there you sat saying, no, I can't do that. Another reason the people of God don't get what they went after is because we pick time when the sun is shining. Yeah. But if it starts raining, if the storm comes, I'm still going after it. You can run. I don't have an umbrella. You don't need one. Who says you have to have one? The devil says, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got a raincoat. You ain't got nothing. I don't care what I don't have. This is mine. The more you do that, the more power you possess. I've got to do this. No matter what the devil says, no matter how he put it. No. There's a reason why. Now, people love to give you reasons why they didn't do something. Well, no, Sister Rose, I didn't. So why didn't you? Well, here's what happened. I don't want to know what's happened. I want to know, did you get the blessing that you went after? See? He said, I'm going to take you, let me give you a little picture of something in your mind about, Solomon says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, you sleepy-headed dope. Consider the ant's ways. Consider the ant. He says, and then be wise. Watch the ant, how she does. She's not giving up. I stepped on a lot of them and there was more coming. There's some more coming. Them little tiny ants. And you know what? Some of them are so tiny, all you can see is the little white piece of bread in their mouth, and they just moving. You would think they wouldn't even be able to carry it. They're so little. And I thought, you ain't going nowhere and stomp on it. They kept coming. Somebody missed the stomp. So now he says, they don't have no guide, or overseer, or ruler. Provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come. As one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. You are defeated to death because you ain't even got enough sense to go out there and say, I'm going to work hard. When harvest time comes, I'm going to reap. Some people don't reap because they never sowed anything. Quit looking for some great, big, beautiful thing in your garden when you never put a seed down for it. Just looking for God. Honey, I'm still waiting on my blessing. When my ship comes in, your ship is not coming. It's not coming. You've never done anything to get the ship to come where you are. You never made up your mind, I'm going to stand here until it gets here. I've been here since yesterday, last night, that night before, and my ship ain't here yet. It ain't coming. It ain't coming. Because I'm going to tell you something. If I've been waiting on it, if I've been looking for it, why don't I have it? Why am I so tired with nothing? With nothing. I don't have anything. Here I sat. But in my soul, I keep saying, I got to do better. I got to do better. I said this last year. Yeah, I got to change that. That's not going to help you. What you do is going to make a difference. Not what you said. Talk is cheap. See? He said, goes a little further, and he says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. It's too cold out there, child. Too cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest time. If he'd have got out there, put a hat on and some gloves. Plant some things. When harvest time comes, I know I got something. Ain't no use you getting mad with another sister or brother in the church, and you looking at them thinking they just always hollering and shouting. You might would holler and shout if you done something. Maybe they getting up and doing what they know they should have done that you should have done, but you still ain't done it. And I wonder sometime when the Lord tells me that somebody's not praying, how does that mate see that? How you see it? Because I said to my husband, he's a little smart mouth sometimes. Charles, have you prayed? Have you? You don't never have to check up on me, baby. I'm going to pray. Yeah, I just want to know, have you done? Yes, I did. But I don't have to answer to you. Did you pray? 9 out of 10, he ain't prayed long enough. See, because these 5-minute prayer meetings, I don't give much for them. You got to have more than that. Especially in this hour. You better have more than that. You ain't getting ready to beat the devil up and knock him down and kick him back to the pit. And when you don't have no power, have nothing. He's not afraid of you. Yo, what you say don't mean nothing. He watch what you do. The devil watches you and pays more attention to you than you ever paid attention to him. And that's the truth. So, therefore, if you don't do what you need to do today, tomorrow you will not get the blessing. There's always preparation for blessings. So if I didn't prepare, if I didn't get in the place I need to get, there's no wonder that you didn't get it. It's no wonder it didn't change. It's no wonder that you going out on 2016 and you ain't going to get anything. I've been waiting for it all year, going on over to 2017. Still looking goofy and waiting. What are you going to do? I got to have this. Whatever it takes, I'm going to have it. You can't let too many things get in the way. The Lord gave me a message. I'm preaching this Sunday night, Lord willing. And the thing he brought to mind, the people have no passion. They have no passion for me. They don't, they're not involved. They're not engrossed. Anybody that loves somebody, you can tell it's the way they act, how they speak, everything. And I thought to myself, I'm going to ask people here Sunday night, just out of the wind, what's your greatest passion? Now, if you tell me a lie, I'm going to stop you. And I don't want to hear it ain't the way it should be. I'm praying, but not like I should pray. That's a saying you ain't praying. You either praying like you should, or you're not praying at all. Think about it. I thought about that this week. My mind kept going around. Yeah. That's why prayer is boring. That's why I'd rather not. That's why I want to see what time it is. I got to see all that. When the passion takes your heart over and you become so engrossed with him, my God, you don't even want to turn that loose. These people are talking to strangers that don't know God. People we know we enjoy being with. If I don't know a stranger, I don't want to just be with you. I don't know you. When you get to know him, don't nothing else in this world matter. Nothing matters. I'm going to pray. When prayer is like, time is it? Lord have mercy, it's time to pray. Oh, you're getting nowhere. Come in with this loving attitude and make a point to God, and he listens to it. Say, you better understand you're not going to get to the kingdom until you kill some stuff. You got to get rid of some stuff. It says, if you won't plow in the cold, you won't eat at harvest. It's out there. If you planted it. Nothing is more disgusting than see a joker running around over to his neighbor's yard. My God, you got some big tomatoes. Is that collard green? Yeah. Cucumbers? Yeah. And you turn right, go back and look at yours, it's dried up dirt. Where's your big tomatoes? Where is your stuff? Then you want to get mad when they don't want to let you have some. Well, you could have shared one tomato with me. No, but dig your own. Dig your own. This is what I'm going to do. So when harvest time comes, when the latter rain comes down, I'm in for a huge harvest. Don't come back in this building next year. At this time next year, I told the Lord, I thought, be quiet. Don't tell him nothing, just do it. Get up and say, you know what? I need to quit talking because that's all I do is talk. And when it comes time to really have what I want from God, I never get it. I'm always saying to the Lord, more. I thank you for all that you've done. I appreciate it. More. Give me more. Can't pray enough. Can't fast enough. Can't seek his face enough. Can't get into the word enough. More, God, more. Let me have it. Tonight, we're almost out of here. What's that clock got? I can't see the glare. It's what? What is it? Thank you. So, I cannot give you the rest of this. Because when that clock strikes 12, it's saying, what are you going to do? 16 is gone. You can't fix it up. It's out. You can't go back in yesterday and fix anything today. What are you going to do? You need to raise your hands to the Father of fathers and say, God, you know what? Everything I need, give it to me. Don't turn away. Don't go back down the same road. You've been there. You've done that. What you going to do? God, I got to have more. I'm not going to play no games this time. Because we don't know how many people in this room tonight will be gone by the end of this year and maybe backslid or dead in the natural. or both. You don't know. What you going to do? I'm getting up. I'm getting up. You got 1 minute. Stand to your feet. Stand to your feet. I'm going to stop complaining and thank God. Come up here, Juana. Yes. Yes. Think about it. Can't do it. I got a goal in mind. Your wife talking trash. I got a goal in mind. Your husband talking crazy. I got a goal in mind. From the time we strike 12, rest assured, the devil says, hit it right now. He's not going to wait like you. Well, you do it later. No, hit it now. Because it's a shame you walk out this door with some of the same crap you came in with. Yes. I want you to lift your hands. Come here, Juana. I just want to hold somebody's hand. Lift your hands. I want you to say, Jesus. Jesus. Hukorabakata. Ishadabahaya. Hadriya Kandalabosa. Woo! Hayariya Sita. Mokoyarabasita Handa. Hallelujah. Kandari outside. It's mine, God. It's mine. It's mine. Hadriya Kandalabosa. Woo! Yabohoba side. Woo! Glory be to God. I appreciate you, Lord. I appreciate you. Thank you for this year. Thank you for this year. Thank you for this year. Woo. The love of my life. The love of my life. Thank you. Right now, we glorify your name. Give the Lord a hand clap for what he already done. Yes, yes, yes. Glory, glory, glory be to God. Thank you for another day. Yes. Do the whole Bohosita. Do Koreana Maha. Orobokosita. He shut on Mahanda. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Yes. Oh, my soul. Magnify your name. Thank you for right now. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Glory be to God. Thank you for your goodness and for your mercy. Woo. Glory be to Jesus. I praise you today. I worship you.